I think I do is deep techno, really. I think, and with elements of house, and I've also done a lot of ambient and some experimental. I mean, I've been releasing records for nearly 15 years, and in that time I've done a range of things, you know, from one to the other. But at the moment I would certainly say techno, deep techno, that type of thing. I mean, I have all of those kind of standard influences that everybody has and everybody talks about. I mean, when I was really, the early years of me getting into this kind of music was 94, 95, 96. And at that time, it really depended on what you could find in the record shops in Dublin. It's not like today where you have access to absolutely everything. It was down really to what you could find, you know. So I found some pretty good things. Of course, the Maurizio stuff is, you know, amazing for me. At that time, there was one good store, and there was another store where the guy knew me, and when I would come in, he'd say, "Okay, I have something here for you. I know you'll like it." And I think this is the one thing that's missing a little bit today. The record store as a social space, and the record store owner as somebody who can guide you through what's there, you know. And I think now we have blogs which do this a little bit, but it's not quite the same thing. And I think people who don't have that, they, you know, it's a pity not to have it, you know. The big things for me around that time was Plastic Man, Sheet 1, Music, of course, then Aphex Twin Selected Ambient Works, Volume 2, and the artificial intelligence stuff. And then maybe a year or two after that, I think, was when the Maurizio series came out, 95 or something like that, if I remember correctly, 95, 96. So yeah, I mean, if you put all those things in a pot, that's kind of, yeah, they would be my main. Yeah, if it's made at certain tempos, you can kind of. I'm interested in dubstep as a casual listener. I find it very, very interesting and so on. But in terms, you know, you're not going to see a dubstep record by Donnacha Costello, or you're not going to see any kind of dubstep techno or hybrid record even or anything. You know, it's something that I would like to listen to, but I don't think it's going to become part of my. My output. Yeah, in this super big, like a ballroom in the palace with chandeliers and everything. It's like by far, I think, the most impressive and most romantic place that I've played. Although, you know, there are some others that have been pretty amazing too. So I basically have everything broken down into loops, and I can layer everything. I can change tracks, and then I have some live drum machine plugins running, and I have a live synthesizer plugin, and so I can really change quite a lot on the spot. And I have access to almost everything from the last 15 years. So if I remember a track and I feel it's really going to, you know, I have access to that track, you know. And obviously the older stuff, I don't have the multi-tracks, you know, but I just have this section, this section, this section, this section. At least I can move them around and I can put drums on top or whatever. But the newer stuff I have more flexibility with. When I'm playing in a club, people want to dance, so it's, you know, it's dancing music, you know, straight beats and so on. I might break the kick up, you know. On my records, I've done a lot of like really, really odd time signatures, and I try to make it so that you don't really know that it's a very odd signature, that like things are looping in 13s or things are looping in 11s or something like this, you know. But yeah, for club stuff, it's got to be straight, you know. I mean, not that it's got to be straight or boring or whatever, but you know, it's like, it's hard for people to dance to 11/8 in a club, you know what I mean, or it's 13/8 in a club. So you know, you